and welcome to Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer, your host for the program today. We thank you so much for being part of the show. We've got 5 guests today and really have a great show lined up for you. Our first guest is James Lambert, and James has an app that he's developed. It's called Concierge Solutions, and the app is called OffShift. We think you'll be very, very happy about hearing what all that app can do, and it's going to be launching very soon. Katherine Raymond. Katherine's been on the show, and she is now working as the chairperson for the East Jefferson General Hospital Anniversary Gala. 45 years they're celebrating, so you'll want to hear about that and how you can be a part of that. John Sartori is the Marketing Communications Manager for East Jefferson General Hospital, and he's going to be talking about an upcoming cancer seminar that you can be a part of, and it's free and open to the public. Lanzer Robinson, he is with Lanzer Productions, and he's going to be talking about a welcome affair presented by Cox, and it's the kickoff to the Essence Festival. And finally, Betsy Stoner. Betsy has been on the show before, a good friend of ours, and she is with the Girl Scouts of Louisiana East, and she's going to be talking about how you can become a board member and volunteer for the Girl Scouts, because they really do need some community leaders to step up and be on the board and work with them, and Girl Scouts is a great organization. So stay with us, we'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Again, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Very happy to have James Lambert in the studio with us. James is the CEO and the founder of Concierge Solutions. And James, I believe you've got a product. The application is called OffShift?
Yes, it's OffShift. We actually announced it earlier this year at Tales of the Cocktail on Tour in Mexico City.
Okay.
And we're getting
ready. Tell us about what it does, and it's free. The app is free. And
yeah.
Is it up and running now?
No.
Okay.
No, the app right now is currently in testing. So we're what's called beta testing right now. We've got about 40 users across the service and hospitality industry across the greater New Orleans area that have been giving us feedback and information and insight into how we're going to shape the platform. We will be officially launching this summer, this July. So.
And what does the app do? Is it for business? Is it for people? Is it for people looking for restaurants? Or?
Yeah. OffShift is an exclusive communication and collaboration tool for those who work in the service and hospitality industry. Mm-hmm. So essentially what OffShift is doing is taking that word-of-mouth experience that the industry survives on. If I'm a bartender or a waiter at a venue, at a restaurant, bar, or hotel, I know where my friend's at in that industry or in that venue, where they're going to go after work. What are they doing in real time, you know? And what my friends are doing across the industry. But that's usually broken up through text messaging or through Facebook groups or through other social media sites. All OffShift is doing is essentially taking that word of mouth that the industry already relies on, and we're putting it into a digital platform that only you in the industry can access.
How'd you come up with this idea?
This was a college dorm room idea back when I went to Loyola. My roommate and I, we were both in the industry. I was in the French Quarter working for the Brennan's Group. My roommate was working at a restaurant there, and we had a horrible night, and we just went out and did a little bar hopping. And this idea just came up. Barroom napkin, and he was the business major, I was a PR major, and we just, you know, it came across right there. And he went off and graduated, I graduated, and I began my career in PR. Came back to New Orleans and said this is the perfect time to do this, and it just came to fruition. So.
Now, will you, any other applications that you're thinking of along the same line, or right now all the focus is on OffShift?
All of the focus is going to be on OffShift right now. This is going to be our first and flagship platform.
Launch date in mind? Or?
Yeah, Monday, July 11th. It will be available publicly to download on iOS, Android, and for Windows 10 devices.
Okay. Wow, I mean, I haven't really met anybody that's launched their own app before. Do you have to get approval? Who do you get approval from for something like this? Or are there regulations? Or
it's been an interesting hurdle. You know, as a startup and as an entrepreneur, we're learning something every day, right?
I'm sure.
In submitting an app, you go through Apple for iOS, Google for Android, and Windows or Microsoft, excuse me, for Windows. We're learning everything from patent rules to legal hurdles to the actual rules and submission process of getting an app to the App Store.
And I was going to, before we run out of time here real quick,
were
you afraid at any point somebody was going to steal your idea? Or?
We did run across somebody. The original name for the platform was codename Project Bellhop, and we were going to go with that name. And it turned out that there was somebody out there using the name for a similar service not related to the industry. So our team reorganized and huddled and came to OffShift.
James, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Best of luck. We look forward to hearing back from you on how the app's doing. Stay with us. We've got 4 more guests. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Very happy to have Katherine Raymond with us. Katherine is the chair for the East Jefferson General Hospital Anniversary Gala. Katherine, welcome to the show.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Steve.
you being here.
Nice to be
East
here.
Jefferson Hospital, where would we be without it?
Exactly.
It's just an incredible organization. And you know, I'm not going to get into a lot of this, but there's so many other little branches popping up of East Jefferson Hospital satellite offices that are they just do such a great job. Greatly appreciate all the work. And with that, you've got a gala coming up. It's the 45th anniversary gala. Talk a little bit about the gala and what it celebrates and so forth.
Sure. So it was time to celebrate what a wonderful community hospital East Jefferson is. So after 45 years, we started in 1971. We're having this big gala. It's at the World War II Museum. It's going to be
Great
fantastic fun, as you know, exactly. And we just really wanted to welcome everybody in as a community and celebrate our physicians and caregivers and nurses and other caregivers that do such a fantastic job. So we have an award ceremony and we have a lot of fun that's in store for everyone.
Silent auctions or anything like that?
We have a raffle provided by Oakland Heart. We have a big sapphire, and it's also a great raffle because if you buy the glass of champagne, you keep this wonderful champagne glass as a memento, right? And then you're entered to win the sapphire. So we're excited about that.
Cost for admission?
It's $200 a ticket. We still have a few tables available. We're getting very close to being sold out because the response has been fantastic.
The website is ejghfoundation.org. We will put that on the screen. Can you register online as well?
You sure can, yes. You can go to ejghfoundation.org. You can sign up there. You can even buy raffle tickets there. And it all goes to our nonprofit that supports the great work that EJ does. So we have these Inspire grants that give back. Actually, doctors and nurses can apply for these grants to do things like the Angel Care vision to see into the NICU when you're a parent and you're worried about your baby, and a neat robot that can clean the rooms in this very special way so none of those superbugs can survive. So there's some really great things that can be accomplished above and beyond by the work that the foundation does for East Jefferson Hospital.
That's just incredible news. Volunteers if I'm looking to volunteer for an organization, does the hospital have things that I could volunteer for?
Sure. People can get started with the gala, of course, and they can also volunteer with the hospital all the time. The foundation takes volunteers, and there are some people, we're actually honoring some people who have been with the foundation volunteering since almost the beginning.
Wow,
it's amazing.
That's incredible.
People love the hospital and stay around for a long time.
I'm just wondering, as I enter, I'm just curious, as I enter with the event and everything, does that allow me access to the entire museum, or will it be isolated just to that one area?
Well, it's all over the Boeing Center, which has the big airplanes and the tanks that come in and all that, and then the outside area. And we'll also enter through the firehouse, so you get a look at the Victory Garden and that whole area. And I think actually you can enter from the side with the Victory Garden, so parking will be a little bit easier. Okay,
but it's not like an open event to go through the museum and
I don't think we can go through the whole rest of the museum, but there'll probably be enough to see in the Boeing Center to enjoy.
And there's plenty of it. And again, before we run out of time, the website is ejghfoundation.org. All information about the event can be found on the website. Katherine, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. We've got 3 more guests. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. So happy to have John Sartori with us. John is the Director of Marketing and Communications for East Jefferson General Hospital. John, welcome to the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, John, you've got an event coming up, Moonshots. It's going to be on June the 11th. But I want you to also talk about the event, but talk about the correlation to MD Anderson as well, if you will.
MD Anderson is, as you know, according to U.S. News and World Report, the #1 cancer fighter in America. And for the last 7 years, we've been a member of the Cancer Network. And what that means is we're one of a handful of hospitals in the country that if you come to our hospital, our doctors have access to the same protocols and treatments that you would get in Houston. It means our doctors have weekly conference calls with their doctors to talk about all of our cases. It's a collaborative relationship that allows our clinical people to have the same level of excellence and keep continued improvement that you'd find if you were at MD Anderson in Houston.
Yeah, and you were telling me, if I'm correct, you are the only hospital that's associated with MD Anderson in the state, right?
Absolutely right. In fact, our coverage area goes from basically Lake Charles throughout the entire Mississippi Gulf Coast.
That's incredible. I always hear the stories of people who are going to Houston, and I mean, MD Anderson is great, but you always hear stories of people going to Houston to go there. So what you're saying is really, everything you find there is pretty much at East Jefferson, or access is it the same thing as East Jefferson?
Almost, and on the rare occasions where there's something going on that you do have to go to Houston, our cancer navigators can get you in and get you access there that you wouldn't otherwise have.
That's awesome.
It's truly, talk about being able to stay here. When you've got cancer, that's the wrong time to be away from your family and your friends and your income and all those things that help you be you. That's one of the reasons why we became a member of the network.
Good stuff. Let's talk about Moonshots on June the 11th.
Moonshots is going to be a great day. This really, MD Anderson is hosting an event in Columbus, Ohio with Ohio Health, talking about a stop smoking initiative in Ohio. We wanted to pile onto that and take advantage of that as a great opportunity for us to talk about the state of cancer care in Louisiana and at East Jefferson General Hospital. So from 9:30 in the morning until 11 o'clock in the morning, we've got a public seminar where our cancer navigators and some other experts from the hospital can talk about where we are in terms of clinical trials, where we are with our new integrative medicine program, where we are we've got a brand new breast cancer center opening up, sort of where we are with cancer treatment here, because as you know, Louisiana has insanely high rates of cancer. So we're doing all we can to fight that. And then at the end of that, we're going to join with a webinar with MD Anderson out of Ohio, talking about the current state of the Moonshots initiative that they've got nationally.
That's great. John, free and open to the public?
Free and open to the public.
And how would I register to be a part of this?
Call our Health Finders call handlers, 456-5000. You call them, say, I'd like to reserve a free seat, and they'll take care of you.
Can it be, is a situation where limited seating? Can it be?
It is limited seating. We've only got a couple hundred seats, so we know that there's a lot of folks, including the American Cancer Society, who are helping us push this. So if you'd like a seat, we urge you to call.
And John, real quick, the website is ejgh.org. Can I register to attend on the website as well?
You can't. You need to call Health Finder, 456-5000.
And we'll definitely put that on the screen. John, thank you so much for being with us today. We greatly appreciate it. Stay with us. We've got a couple more guests. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Thank you again so much for being a part of the show today. We appreciate it. Our fourth guest, and very happy to have Lanzer Robinson with us. Lanzer is the executive producer for Lanzer Productions, and you've got an event coming up tied with Essence Festival that sounds absolutely exciting. It's your second year to do it, and it's your welcome affair. This year it's presented by Cox. We're very happy to be a part of that. So talk about the event. And Lanzer, if I remember correctly, last year, wasn't it invite only? And
yes.
This year you've got some tickets that are open to the public.
Yeah, we're so excited about the presenting partnership with Cox that we're able to allow 150 people of the public to come and experience the event. So they just have to go to the website on June 15th to register for those invites. You get 2 per person.
Okay.
So we're looking at probably 75 people actually getting access to the event, and it will go
first come,
quick.
First serve.
But thanks to Cox, Cox did it and made it happen for us. So we appreciate this partnership ongoing for the last 2 years.
And Lanzer, I'm going to do this. We'll put this on the screen as well, but the website is welcomeaffair.com.
Correct.
Again, first 150 tickets. Tickets are free, but after that, the free
After
tickets
that,
are
we're
gone.
closed out, yep, and we're going to go directly into our invite only, where we're going to invite a lot of the business community, the arts community, a lot of people that love music and just connected to the contribute to New Orleans ongoing.
Now, you'll have a special guest that you can't give away the name yet.
We're going to have a special guest. We're excited about the special guest, but we're also excited about the local talent, as we always have Rance Davis Experience and Frank Footer performing live. So, and we're adding a fashion component this year that's going to be completely exciting. And there's always great food, great taste, and awesome drinks at Cafe Istanbul.
And what time does it start again?
It starts at 8 p.m.
Okay.
So those with an invite will get all the instructions.
Wow, that's a great. And now, again, I just want to point out before we run out of time here, you said it's June to give the free invites.
June 15th, you go on to welcomeaffair.com.
Any certain time it starts?
It starts at 12:01 a.m. The website will be live, and those that register to get those on the behalf of Cox will be able to have access to the event.
So if I went online to register, 2 tickets maximum per person. That's what you're
2
saying.
tickets maximum per person. So
But if I don't need the 2, just try to do
share them.
Yeah,
share them with the public, because I'm sure someone would want this experience.
share them with me. 'Cause
Yes.
I may not get.
Well, you're invited
I
already.
may not be up at 12:01 in the morning. But
Well, you're on the list.
thank you. And this is your second year to do this.
This is our second year, and we're grateful to our partners. We're grateful to Cox.
And it's really
because
become
Cox
the opening
believes in
for
it.
Essence Festival.
It has, and we're excited about it.
Yeah.
Every step of the way.
This is awesome. Lanzer, thank you so much for spending time with us, for being on the program.
Steve, thank you for having
One
me.
more time, that date was June the
29th at 8 p.m. is the event, but the invite access for the public starts June 15th at 12:01 a.m. So get there fast.
And we're going to put that,
come down.
website on the screen. So I'm guaranteeing you by 12:02 it'll be gone. Stay with us. We got one more guest. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Again, as always, we thank you so much for being a part of the show. Our final guest today is Betsy Stoner, and we love having Betsy on the show because Betsy's with Girl Scouts Louisiana East, and I'm hoping somewhere back there in the green room you've left us a box of cookies, but that's not what's important. The important thing is that you're here. And Betsy, we were talking, Girl Scouts is a volunteer organization.
Totally.
I mean, you really rely heavily on volunteers,
Yes.
and you were talking about the need, of course, for volunteers, but about board members. And so I wanted to ask, with that, how do you become a board member, and what's involved? And I got to ask the crazy question for the Girl Scouts: are all the board members girls? Or
No. We want our board of directors is the governing body for the organization for Southeast Louisiana. And we want women and men, community leaders, people who are involved in their community to help promote Girl Scouting and become visible promoters for our organization, because our organization is what builds strong women leaders. And so that's what we're looking for, men and women.
And what's involved with being a board member? How often do you meet, and how much of a time commitment is it?
Well, it is volunteer, as you said, and we do meet throughout the entire scouting year, between August through April, May, maybe into June. We have our monthly meetings. If you want to say time-wise, maybe 12, 15, 20 hours max throughout the entire year.
It's not bad at all.
No, it's not. And just imagine what you're doing. You're
Absolutely.
helping to lead our organization into a very viable part of our world and making a difference in a girl's lives.
Yeah. Betsy, and we'll put this on the screen, the website is www.gsle.org. If I wanted information on, if I wanted to let you know I wanted to become a board member, or I wanted to volunteer in some capacity, can I do that through the website, or would it be better to call you? Or?
I am the chairman, excuse me, I am the chairman for the Board of Development Committee. So hopefully I can get you to be on the board.
Okay.
And if not, volunteers as well. Anybody who wants to be involved with Girl Scouting as far as a volunteer position, leaders, cookies, camping, special events, that type of thing, yes, please go through the website.
And I know these are crazy questions that I'm asking, but is it important that at one time either I was in scouting or I had a daughter that was a Girl Scout?
No.
I mean, you're just really looking for community leaders and people who want to volunteer.
Imagine
share stories.
Right, share stories, your experience, your involvement. No, we don't want, your daughter doesn't have to be a member of Girl Scouts for you to be involved.
Okay.
You could still make a difference one way or the other.
All right. Well, again, that website is www.gsle.org. Betsy, always love having you on this show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I can't think of a better way for someone to volunteer with just such a wonderful organization as Girl Scouts. You guys, you really do such a great job, and we don't have time to get into it today, but God, you're involved in so many things, and good organizations need good community leaders, so I'm hoping somebody will take you up on that. You've been watching Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. We appreciate it, and as always, we'll see you next time.